Boom! That was an explosive boom. Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, alongside
Steve Shaw, editorial director at TigerFitness.com.
We hate to fail at things, but sometimes failure is necessary. And with that, I brought along editorial director Steve Shaw, who is a king at failing.
I failed. I'm so old, I failed at everything.
So, you know, what I like to do sometimes is we see eye to eye a lot, and it's usually complimentary, but I want to kind of get your opinion on training to failure. Is it bad? Is it good? Is it necessary? What's your opinion on it?
All right, Mark. Well, here's the way I like to tell folks who ask me, hey, big, hairy, ugly dude. That's what people call me because I'm big, hairy, and ugly. They'll say,
you're big and hairy. I don't know. I'm not going to say you're ugly.
I used to be ugly when I was a fat powerlifter.
I've seen uglier.
Yeah, so people will say, hey, should I train to failure? This is the way I explain to them. The deeper into a set you get, the more muscle fibers you're going to recruit. So, do you need to train to failure to recruit a maximal amount of muscle fibers? No, you don't necessarily need to train to failure. Plus, when you train to failure, you increase, your form's going to decrease. There's a chance your form's going to decrease, which makes the exercise inherently more difficult. So, I like to tell people to push sets for as many reps as possible, but stop when their form starts to break down. Now, I want to add something, and this is a point that nobody ever talks about when it comes to training to failure. Every exercise is different. If you try to train to failure on squats or deadlifts,
you're going to snap your shit up.
You're going to snap your shit up. I can train to failure on barbell rows or bench press, and I don't snap my shit up. So, the point is, every exercise is different. You can train to failure on some exercises and it's not going to punish you, it's not going to beat up your body, so just keep that in mind.
Well, I used to be a high rep deadlift, high rep squat kind of guy, but as I've gotten older, I've gotten a bit wiser, and now my deadlifts and squats, even when I'm going lighter, I keep to the rep range of between 3 to 6 reps, mainly because those are lifts that you really, before every squat, even if I have a 135, I come in, stick my stomach against my belt, thank you, and then I come down for the squat. Deadlift, same thing. Push my stomach out, get my form, lift, drop, reset, repeat. I don't do the bouncing thing. What I've found is that people, when they mess up their back, when I messed up my back, touch and go deadlifts, you're touching and going. And at the end of the day, if you have 600 pounds on there, you touch and go, you get a little tweak over here, you're tearing a disc. So what I recommend for those is you keep your rep ranges a bit lower. However, if you're doing a hack squat, worst you can do is fail. And you just put the shit down. It's not a big deal. So even Dorian wasn't going to, I mean, even when he did like rows, you can go to failure because you put it down. But if it's a weight-bearing exercise like a deadlift or a squat, that's really multi-joint compound movement, I'm not a huge fan. But if you do go to failure, I recommend not doing it every single workout. That will wear you down.
Right, absolutely.
So use it sparingly. I recommend maybe 1 or 2, body parts a week at most.
Yeah, don't fail too much, kids. Don't fail too much.
So that's it, guys. Training to failure, is it bad? Is it good? Depends how you use it. That's not a game.